Alright guys, and welcome along to another little episode. Doing some testing on turning circles. But having this many vehicles on the same map in this area, it's really hitting the FPS. Anyway, let's get into it. I have noticed though, the player action camera doesn't like when you crouch. Look at that. Very strange. Anyway, for this particular test, all I've done is get this little mod called Parking Spaces from the mod hub. It's a little bit overkill for what I wanted. It's got some nice little features to it. It's also got a weird little snowman though, and they haven't sorted the collision out properly on him. Yeah. A bit of an issue. Oops. Anyway, on to the important thing at hand. Get rid of the rest of them. That's it, I think. Right. For this test, all I've been doing is driving said tractor into this first bay with the keyboard, which is great fun. Straighten her up, put it on full lock, in reverse, and see where it ends up. The Massey isn't actually that bad. It's definitely a 3 for me. The problem, I think, from the Let's Play series is that the other tractor is a lot better. I think that's row 1, or 1 parking space, 1 point, or 1.5, 2. This turns in 2. And you got 2.5 and then 3. And the Massey that I tested is all the way back down here. There we go. That's it. Some interesting results though. So that, is it a Landini? Yeah, the Landini is bloody brilliant. Really impressed with that, but that's why I'm falling out with the Massey. Because that's turning so sharp, I'm getting used to that one, and the Massey's not coming up to scratch. Because 3 is still pretty good. I'm happy with 3. I think the Vultures used to do it in 2.5 back on FS19. That was pretty cool. How's the FPS? I wonder if it's one of them then that's actually buggered. Ooh. When does it come into render? There, so something there is iffy. It may just be because there's that many of them, rather than an issue. Yeah, it could be. But back into the problem at hand. The interesting part is that I was expecting the JCB because it's 4-wheel steer. Without the 4-wheel steer, I think that's 4, 4.5. It's terrible. Where's the big one? In fact, that's the Challenger. Yeah, it's there. So 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5 for the 8000 series JCB. No good. I'm disappointed with some of the little ones though. 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. There's a lot of these that take 3 spaces to turn. That's the Vineyard one. That's terrible. But the Zetos, they're not very good. Even the little Massey, the little John Deere. Terrible. Turning circles. So the little case, Maxim. What? These are supposed to be small tractors for small farms. I think the case class even. Class is a little bit bigger. It looks bigger, but side by side with the Maxim, it's the same. But again, small tractors, you'd expect these to be turning sharper. I've not worked. I should have probably made a mod and actually made it in meters and marked them and figured it out that way, because there is a little bit of variation still. I've kind of rounded it up or down depending. I honestly expected more. Was it Case New Holland? The T6 is fantastic. It does it in 2. Yeah, 3, 2.5, 2. So why is the case so poor? Well, Lintrack, this is 4-wheel steer. So that's could have been better, to be honest. We've been such a small tractor, but that's only what does it in 2. Still does it in 2, but then you get the T6 that does the same without the rear steer. The little 300 Fendt, I think we've got those 2 on the realistic series. That's why they're so good. The Vultures are fantastic. Sadly, this is the only one Giants have given us so far. I'm waiting for somebody stick them up on ModHub, but I'm going to try and build on that. But no, so far nobody has. Either that or they've just not done the conversions up to standard. Somebody mentioned about the old Ford 8930, I want to say. They tried to upload it to ModHub and it had been rejected. They didn't want it. So I'm presuming they've not done a full conversion. They've got it in the game, but they've not done all the bits and pieces. I've not actually had a proper look at the tracks yet, so I don't know what's involved. I know pretty much 2/3 of the XML is just for damn tyres. It's insane. There's lots of variations now, lots of different brands and stuff, so tyres never really been a big interest to me. I know Enz likes his tyres, but he used to do it for a living. Into the Bureau as well, this old beast. That is a 2. Turns in 2 spaces. What? Look at the modelling on that now, though. Jesus. That is... The detail is unreal. Is it a little filter? What would that be? Blow-off valve? Would it even have a turbo, this? That is so cool. I wonder if all the bits actually move when you run it. Would that might be handbrake? Throttle? I'm not sure. I don't know. It's proper. Oh, it does have a turbo. Yeah. It is a blow-off valve. Now that's what I'd expect from a vineyard tractor. The little fent turns on a dime. The old Z-tail, that turns as well, really, really well. This is in a league of its own because it's so small and it's on tracks. But yeah, these are the small tractors up to here. Then we get the mediums, and I'll go see the big ones in a sec. Yeah, there's a few I'm really disappointed with. All the masses start at 3, nothing sharper than 3. The Landini, brilliant. The fast track, it's good in 4-wheel steer, but like I say, 2-wheel steer, it's shocking. And for doing field work and stuff, you need a faster way of knocking it out. I think this... Does it have crab? I think it's got crab. Toggle steering mode, all-wheel steering, front-wheel steering. Yeah, it's got crab. So you need to make a mod of it and get rid of the crab, because I don't really use crab. And you need to knock it out. Well, all-wheel steering for the turns, front-wheel steering for the straights. And just... Yeah, messy. Very messy. I don't know, I might get around to playing with it because I do love the damn thing. I'm really interested in the McCormick's though. He's coming in at 2? 2.5. 2.5 for the McCormick's. There. Possibly going to be replacing the Massey. Still not going to turn as sharp as that Landini. That's something special. Bit of mud. I think all the Masseys. I'm disappointed with the Fent as well. I thought the 724 turned a bit quicker than 3. But then again, I forgot the testing that I did back in 19. I probably already figured this out. Theta, 7810. Massey again. The old Valtra Valmet. Oh yeah, we do have a second Valtra. The 8S. I'd like to say I'm disappointed, but I think it's just because I'm driving it alongside the Landini. God bless mutes. The Deutz Farrar as well. They just look beefy, don't they? Really, really stocky. He's going to keep bobbing his head because I've got a bit of a cold and I keep sneezing. Oop, I'm wrecking the joint. Yeah, really impressed with the McCormick's. Everything else is a bit of a letdown, really. And then we get on to these ones, which are terrible. This is 3.5 and a 4. I kind of expected this from the old one, though. The old JD. But my biggest disappointment still to come. We'll get around to that one. Class Axion 800. Now, this is a bit of a surprise. Because when we get to the bigger ones, they actually turn sharper than this. Wasn't expecting that. Big Massey T7? Yeah, T7. That's a real shame with how good the T6 is. And then 6R. What? It's a small medium tractor, that one, isn't it? Sort of thing. You kind of see it on... Well, I don't know. It's got the ponies to be a big tractor. I always thought the 6 range was smaller. That's the 6R, isn't it? There's a 6M over here. Yeah, the 6M. So maybe when I'm getting confused. But they are quite powerful, actually, the 6R series. And we'll go have a look at the bigger ones. The old Fent here, again, terrible. Terrible. 4 parking spaces to turn that. When we get to these, the track vehicles are kind of no surprise, really. They're on tracks to spin pretty well. They're not quite as well as the small one, but 1.5 still. It's pretty good. I don't actually know with the tractors if they work like skid steers and excavators, where you can literally spin on the spot. Because these have steering wheels, don't they? Maybe it affects the drive motor somehow. I've never driven one. Seen them, but never actually driven one properly, so I don't know on that. They are cool though. And then a couple of shockers. The T9. I think this is a 3, isn't it? Yeah, 1, 1.5, 2. Oh, it's 2.5. 2.5. T9 and the tracked 9470RX. 2.5. Really, really good turning. And then you get the class 900s. These are turning in 3. How is a 900 from the same manufacturer turning sharper than the 800? What? I don't know why, but I really like the cab on the class. I was a big fan of the 650, I think it was back in 13 when Smetty did the mod. I just really liked the tractor. I just haven't been able to get on with it since it came out officially. And that's the row of 3s, isn't it? Yes. So then you get your 3.5, and then your 4s. 10, 15... Well, it would be. It's 10 to 8, it's a bit small, that one. Shocking. That's not the RX, that's the wheeled version. Shocking. When you think that the track version can turn so sharp, why is this so bad? These two on the end here, these are Steiger versions, I think. Well, that's the case Steiger with the twin wheels. This is the versatile, the biggest tractor in the game. Again, twin wheels, so you can kind of see why the turning's a bit off on them, so the tyres don't meet. But I think there's a little bit of room for flexibility. And these guys here, the JCB, it's terrible. Such a shame. I really do like them. I like the fact that they're a British brand and still going. I like cabs, I think they're really spacious, they're really well thought out, and the front end on these new series just looks mean. I think they're really cool, but to actually operate, the turning circle's terrible. And the purpose of this video. But the biggest surprise, the worst offender, is the new John Deere 8000. What have they done? My understanding with this 8000 is it was specifically designed to outturn everything else. I did a bit of research, found out a cool story for FS19. The designer was on a plane. I figured it out up there. I can't remember the exact details, but it's just what's come before. It's really cool, and this new one's crap. The tractor itself might be brilliant, but for turning, terrible. 3.5 parking spaces. I'm sure in FS19 it used to do it in 2.5. I don't know what they've done. I don't know if it's a real life thing or just giants have not been paying attention when they've set it up, but massive disappointment. Really, really sad on that one. Is there actually room to turn it even more? Yes, there is. It's giants that have duffed it. Maybe not on the front. So the back side's got more to turn, but the front not so much. Look, that is pretty close. What a shame. Major shame. Stick tracks on it though, and it's back up there. I think it's still in 3. It only turns in 3, not the 2.5 it used to do. The Magnum, big case. Go again. T8. Yeah. The quad tracks, normal quad tracks, they're pretty good on turning as well. Then you get a T9 without the tracks. So it's been an interesting little experiment. It took hours to get them all bought, sorted out, and just do a really small test. But it's given me something to think about. I don't know if I'll ever get around to a big one again. As far as I go with my sort of playing style, when I get to the 8R was overkill back on the last challenge series. So my tractor's sort of having a little one for the yard. The Fendt 300 or the T6, really. I think the T6 is probably the better choice. Idiot. Small tractors. Terrible, terrible. T6 goes to 175. The little, yeah. So the T6 is probably the better choice there. That is, always been a fan of that since Giant 7 first brought into the game, though. They are just nice. Cabs are pretty clean too. Just really nice blue. I never experienced for New Holland. It's one of the few tractors I've actually been in with a second seat. Yeah, so I think T6 could be the way forward in this one. I like the Landini, but rear steer becomes a problem when it's doing work, and I don't think it goes very high on horsepower. 136. No, not really. Shame about the case though. So they're 2, aren't they? Yeah, they turn in 2. Case is turning in 3. And over here, it's the Landini and the McCormick's, really. There's nothing wrong with the masses and the vents and that. But they just don't turn fast enough. So there's nothing else on this one. That is it. Just with the shape of the front mounts for the front 3-point and whatnot, it looks like it'll catch. Interesting. The Fendt 700 as well. I kind of expected better from this. In fact, I don't know about that one. That's weird, isn't it? Just won't. I don't know, maybe there's a little bit more on that one. I suppose I could maybe mod that and make a little difference. But it's clear at the front, catches at the back. What a shame. I wonder if I can flip it. We can try that out, can't we? Mediums, 700 by, yep. And yep, there we go. So put it on full lock. Get out. F12. Toggle super strength. What I want to actually see, how do you rotate things? Drop, throw. There we go. This is the bit I'm looking for, right there. Oh, bother. Turn that off, and then we're going to call it after this one, guys. Zoom in a little bit. There is really not much room there, is there? At all. We don't have much to be going on it. Which is a shame, because there's so much clearance at the front. How's that a thing? Ah, because the back of the inside wheel turns more, doesn't it? The Ackerman steering. There's a little bit, but not much. Shame. How cool is it underneath? Yeah, it's all modelled. Look at all the details. Well, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. And the findings are very interesting. Basically, the combination for future use I'm going to become big on McCormick, I think. The McCormick and Landini. These are the way forward. It is what it is. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Been informative, this one. We'll catch you next time. Laters.